Thank you. I have an itch on my back.
Hey, AfterBuzzers, we are so excited because we finally found out Emma Swan's fate. We cannot wait to talk about it on episode 2 of season 7, A Pirate's Life. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Guys, there's so much to talk about. I got so excited I stuttered a little at the beginning. Hi guys, welcome back to our Once Upon a Time after show. We cannot wait to get into this episode today, which is episode 2 of season 7. But before we do, we'd like to introduce ourselves and see where you can find us on social media. Also, all of you guys in the live chat, we are so excited you were there, and we are definitely seeing what you guys are saying. So be patient with us, but we'll try to comment here and there. Hi guys, I'm Ally Nasta. You can find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram and Ally Girl. And Carolina, where can they find you?
Hey guys, I'm Carolina Bonetti. You can find me on Twitter at Carolina Bonetti or on Instagram at LenaBean113, and I'm throwing it to...
Hey you guys, I'm Lanisha Fisher, and you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lanisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
What up, everyone? I'm Steph Sabraw, and you can find me at IG and Twitter at Steph Sabraw.
Yes.
And guys, man, all right, let's jump in, okay? So this has been a long-awaited, I want to say 7-season wait of figuring out what was going to happen to Emma Swan. And I would drum roll, but we all kind of know what's happening. She's pregnant.
Ah, babies.
She's having a baby, and
having
she's
a baby.
getting her happily ever after. How do you guys feel about this? Do you feel like it's doing her character justice?
She deserves it. I mean, this girl grew up without a family, and then she had to save people over and over and over again. It's time for her to just have, like, a chill life.
Yes, and I almost wanted to cry. Like, seriously, when she was having that moment with Henry, and when she was talking about, I'm just gonna have to learn it all over again with the, I never even got to do it with you, with the diaper changing and everything. I was just like, oh, Emma, you gonna be all right. You got your manhood, girl. You gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about this. I was a little nervous or skeptical in the beginning because it seemed like she had died or something.
Yeah, and Regina got really mad that Hook wasn't telling the whole story. So it almost makes me kind of question, like, is there more?
It made the whole episode seem like someone was in peril and she was in danger.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to do that to kind of mess
I liked
with
how
us.
they did that.
Yeah, because they didn't, obviously they can't make it be like happy from the start. You've got to wonder a little bit.
Unless they're going to bring her back and there's a curse on the baby.
No, I think
there
that
better not be no curse on that baby.
I think they wrapped that storyline up in a pretty little bow and just kind of like Prince and Snow, they got their happy ending or with a new baby as well because they never got to experience that with Emma. So I thought that was really great. I'm happy. I'm wondering, what do you guys think in the chat? Are you guys happy? Someone said hashtag Captain Swan baby.
Yes.
At the host, that was the writers creating unnecessary drama. Yes, that's what we assume as well. But yeah, I'm super happy, which leads us to, we were all questioning, you know, at least I was, we had a Hook in the news story. So how is Emma, you know, living a happy life without her? We get 2 Hooks.
They answered all the questions. It's like, you're happy, we're happy. I loved it. Because I was really wondering about it. Well, they answered that. That was my main question, was how is Hook gonna live without Emma? And I'm so happy that they didn't really get rid of that storyline, because I'm team Emma and Hook all day.
Yeah.
So I'm happy they didn't get rid of him, but we still get to see Hook's pretty face because he's hot.
Has the old Hook been present before? I mean, the replicated Hook, because I couldn't remember that, but it seemed like they had him.
Yeah, in that one where Emma, it was like a few seasons back, Emma was like sent to this realm and everything was backwards, remember? And she couldn't get out. She kept meeting all the same people, but they were all like a really weird version of themselves. Yeah. And then they got sent back there again when Regina's evil queen self sent them back, and that was the realm that had like the Robin Hood that was like a selfish bad guy. Yeah. It was like a cracked mirror version of all the characters we had like been watching.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Hook said.
I was just interested to know if the writers had been planning this, or they're, kind of were listening to everyone want to know what Swan's happy ending would be, and they just implanted a character. But I'm glad that it was there before.
Yeah, it was
twice. Yeah, it was there twice.
They're saying this was the Wish realm is when it was in season 6.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad that they brought back too. I mean, having Colin Donahue on the screen double the time, anytime like that is okay with me.
I'm not gonna complain about that at all.
Of course not. Which was interesting to see this new hook intertwine with this new storyline, saying that he remembers Emma saving him, and he said,
but it's a little different of a story.
No, he said. Well, yeah, it's the gunshot. So that's
what his cursed memory remembers.
Right.
Yeah,
I like that, though, how they make it into a reality version. Well, not reality. It's all reality, but a modern-day version and a fairy tale version.
Right, and it's kind of, he's starting to remember and realize, which is really, I was kind of nervous at first because I was thinking, how could this we need to start referring to the new names. Rogers is the new
Roger is the new handsome Hook.
Unfortunately, I keep wanting to say the old names, but Hook is gone. He's having his, his dreamland.
I mean, technically he is also Captain Hook, but he's Roger.
I know. We need Rogers, right, with an S.
Roger.
I think that they'll probably correct us. But yeah.
Oh, we were saying that too, Simone. We also think the daughter is going to be Alice from Wonderland.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I saw that,
we were talking about that earlier because, he's looking for his daughter, and that's where he is in this current day kind of looking for. I do like that he's a good character, too. He's not evil. Which kind of leads me to the whole Weaver, which we know as Rumple. How did you guys think he was going to end up? Did you think he was actually doing this to manipulate Henry, or do you think he was good or bad in this scene where he was trying to plant the jewelry on Henry?
It's so hard.
I think he wanted to see the type of character he was dealing with Hook, because I think that Rumple, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but he's actually been absent from all of the fairy tale retellings so far. We've only seen him as the Weaver, as his new character in the modern day world, right? So I think that he's come back from Storybrooke to help his grandson because he doesn't want his grandson stuck in this curse. I think that he's coming in for that, and I bet you anything Belle guilted him into it.
Speaking of which, where is Belle?
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother question. But yeah, Detective Weaver, it's funny because they played him off to be, okay, he ended up doing it for a good reason, but I still have Rumpelstiltskin stuck in my head. Like, there's always something, like there's always strings attached. Like, he always has something up his sleeves. So there's still that little bit of bad that I think.
He's manipulating this.
Yeah, I think that he's always going to do him at the end of the day. So whether his motives are good and for Henry, he's still going to pick him over anything else. So, I mean, maybe this was good-hearted and he's there for Henry, but he's not trustworthy.
I think that he's going to be trustworthy in Henry's case this time, and he really drew a line in the sand with Lady Tremaine, letting her know that like his evil forces were only up to him and nobody else.
Yeah, but he says the same thing to Rogers too, that it's I work for me, you work for me, not for
And if we go back, it also happened with Regina.
He's not going to play second fiddle to anybody. He doesn't
care
that's
who
what
I
mean.
mean.
And this isn't even the
It's
Hook
about
that
him.
married into his like convoluted family. This is like another Hook, and he knows it. Because I think he's awake. He's not sleeping in this curse, and I also think he's actually from Storybrooke, and he's here to help Henry.
Right, but it also ties in
big.
Regina. When Regina had us tell him please, and he was the one that was controlling everything. I feel like that's the same thing that he did with Lady Tremaine. Like, it's the same type of storyline that he's doing with her, letting her know I'm in control.
Yeah,
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
He does.
Rumpelstiltskin has all the power.
See, I'm thinking not. I don't think that he really knows what's going on at all.
Really?
Only because it just seems a little strange for him to have kind of controlled the situation, because then I don't know. I just have so many questions still. Like, I haven't gotten enough evidence yet for him to be the one manipulating this entire situation.
And we still don't know who, because Lady Tremaine couldn't have made the curse herself. right?
Unless she...
Because the wand's not that powerful.
She doesn't have magic.
Yeah.
Right. Unless she used the
wand.
fairy godmother.
But
I don't think it's that powerful.
Yeah, same.
Otherwise, all the fairies could have reversed the curse or done
Regina
a curse like that.
took years to practice how to do her curse. Right? With Rumple, that was years.
She went through trial and error of failed curses before she figured out the one that worked, and she's very powerful.
Yeah.
Her mother didn't even figure it out, and she's even more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's seeming like kind of what our predictions were, that it's kind of feeling more as if it was an accident on Henry's part. As if this curse or whatever it is something that they had to do either accidentally or on purpose in order to get out of whatever situation they were in. Because even though we saw Emma leave and be happy, Henry was still wanted.
Right.
You know, and what also is confusing is that Hook had made a promise to Lady Tremaine saying, I will bring him back to you if you, like, they made a deal.
Right.
So, I don't know.
On to something. Okay. Watch her be the new writer.
On a side note from the chat, Charmed Original says, since it was implied that Hookish and Lady T, so Roger and Lady Tremaine, were once an item, I think his daughter will turn out to be Anastasia or Drizella, despite the chess piece hinting at it being Alice. Maybe Lady Tremaine sent her and Hook's daughter away to Wonderland because she didn't want to admit to having a child with somebody who wasn't like nobility because she was so obsessed with the monarchy. What do you guys think?
I think she's too
thought.
old. Right? She's way older than...
Well, from the other timeline, she wasn't, because Hook took that potion of blood with... Roger took Hook's blood from the original timeline to be younger again. So he was older, and he lost his happy ending. And he said he couldn't remember who cursed him or the tower that his daughter was in. So he reverted to being younger because of a blood potion that he took, which that is so creepy, drinking somebody else's blood. Yeah. That is some like dragon level creep stuff right there.
Hey, this is Once Upon a Time. Right. Yeah, I mean.
One thing I do want to say though about the whole Rapunzel thing is, if I don't believe that yet, is only because I know we have to remember this is a whole new story and we might see characters again, but we kind of already saw Rapunzel, and I feel like the writers probably had their time with that, and because they want to bring other things back.
Yeah, we want new characters.
Right, I think, especially if we're seeing some new characters kind of come to the forefront already. I don't really think they're going to bring that one back, especially because wasn't Rapunzel? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that Robin's Robin's wife, his first wife? Wasn't she stuck in the tower?
No, that was Maid Marian. He was with Marian.
Oh, yeah. But who was stuck in the tower then?
It was Rapunzel, but she had like a very brief it was like beep beep.
Oh yeah.
She was like,
that was
yeah, she like
right. Then I was messed up. I was confusing something. Then maybe it actually could come back, and maybe that could wrap around full circle, because we're all thinking that it had to happen when Hook was in because he used to jump realms all the time.
Yeah.
So this child could be in any one of these like 2,000 realms that they have.
Well, you know, I mean,
that's why I was saying maybe she's locked in a tower in Wonderland. So it could be Rapunzel locked in Wonderland and Alice holds the key.
And maybe
that's why the Weaver is keeping her close.
Right, and that could have been what happened after season 6 ended and they all got trapped. Remember all those doors?
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that has anything to do with
Everyone
it.
in the chat is talking about how Charming saved Rapunzel. Yeah, but that was like one episode, you guys. Yeah. It wasn't anything major to the storyline.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. We weren't fighting the fact that Charming saved Rapunzel. Yes, we know that happened, but it was such a quick interjection in the overall story of Once Upon a Time. They could easily bring her back. There could be multiple Rapunzels because, like they said at the end of season 6, there are multiple versions of every fairy tale character.
Right. Man.
There's the French version, the English version, the German version. I hope we get to see some like Asian fairy tales added into this as well. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think what's crazy about the writers on this show is that the way we're thinking about all these different ways is crazy to think that they're the ones that kind of created this world, and they're the ones creating all these different paths of your imagination, which I can't even wrap my head around sometimes, because when I first started watching this show, it was just so intense of where my mind would go of different, well, this could be connected to this and this and this, so
it was unexpected. You never know what's gonna happen, and that's what I loved about Once Upon a Time. You never knew who was gonna come in, you never knew what was gonna happen. The story was endless.
All right, so we kind of skipped on one thought that we had that was really important.
Yes.
Regina, you guys. I'm so glad she is untangled from her like open-ended, unhappy ending from season 6, because I'm sorry, but ending up with Robin after he knocked up your sister would have just been weird.
I can't believe that. I was just thinking about that. I cannot believe that happened on this show.
That was so terrible. But it killed her romance from the beginning, because you can't have a baby with the guy who had a baby with your sister.
That is the shiestiest.
It gets weird.
But he also didn't know. He thought he was doing the right thing by being with his wife because she came back to life. So he didn't know. It wasn't on Robin.
He was tricked too. He was bamboozled.
Yeah, and then of course
that was the biggest bamboozle of all time for sure.
And then of course the second Robin turned out to be no good. So I don't know.
He was good for the evil queen.
Yes, he was. He was good for the evil queen.
Flipped
so,
realm.
but yes, I'm glad that now we're moving on to Regina and how it was very, very great that Henry had this moment with her to be like, listen.
Yeah.
You never got your happy ending. They all are going to be content. You're going to be stuck in that world with no one. There's no one new going into that story. Yeah. So I thought it was great that they brought Regina along with Henry's. And I also loved that they brought another hook like we just mentioned. So now I think the way they wrapped that up in a pretty little bow, I'm very happy because now I think I can finally put that behind me.
That's what I was saying. Like that, some of those were like my questions was like, how are some of these people still there and then the other people are in like Storybrooke? But they answered it pretty well. Like Regina stayed back.
So now that Regina has like a clean slate for a new happy ending, how cool would it be if she ended up with like the voodoo witch guy from The Princess and the Frog?
Nah.
You guys,
you ain't doing that to Regina.
Pandora's box of possibilities every week.
She's still got that like kernel.
I wonder what runs through your head during the week.
I was like, Regina with the voodoo.
No, I was actually just
Tiana's in it. I mean, you don't know.
I mean, sure, I am looking forward to seeing the voodoo thing, but I am not with Regina. Regina need a man, okay?
He's a man.
All right. Move on. All right. Yeah. No. So I mean, Regina could literally end up with anybody at this point because we don't even know what other. I mean, we kind of have a sense of who they casted for certain characters, but we don't know when.
Rapunzel's been cast, so that's a definite coming into the show, which will be exciting to see. Because I wonder if it's going to be more of like Tangled's version of Rapunzel.
That's a lot of people in the chat are wondering. Yeah, so
I would like that, and I would like to hear some of Tangle's songs in it.
I know we had one musical episode, and that's it. Also, let's not forget, it's like Aladdin. Are they coming back?
No, they had their happy ending.
I mean, can they be done? They had. Their
I can't remember. I feel like.
We had a whole Aladdin season. Moving on to Princess Tiana.
I just felt like, Princess Tiana, I think is going to be in this. It's obviously going to be intertwined in the story in a huge way. I'm just like ready for that storyline to happen.
And what I love about that, she's not a frog. We get to actually see her as a human, a beautiful black girl. Yes. She's not a frog the entire
time. Yeah. The prince was the frog.
No, but she turned
that's true. For a little bit.
No, she was entire movie.
Was it? I need to watch that
a lot of
them
again.
Guys, really quick, I want to mention something in the chat. This is actually, I swear sometimes the chat reads my thoughts because we had just said the thing about Alice. Yeah. And they also were saying, how do we feel about Regina and new or like second alternate universe Hook being together?
Oh my God.
It would be crazy,
Too
but
much
I could
intermingling
actually
with Swan and Regina. They have two. I know they're different characters.
Weird.
That would be
weird.
I mean, I guess it would be weird
because then Henry's their son too.
Yeah, no.
And then they're sharing like
all right.
Sorry, I could kind of see that happening.
I'm gonna shut it down.
Sorry, guys, in the chat.
I'm with you. I'm shutting it down. No.
I guess we're shutting that down, Davey Elmer. But
he needs to focus on his daughter.
Yeah, I think he will.
More than a woman.
Right.
Woman comes second.
Well, yeah.
To your kids, yeah, absolutely.
Man, there's so many.
Regina needs a guy that doesn't have problems because she has enough of her own. Like she's got enough of her own.
I feel like even in this realm and when she starts to remember things, I think she's gonna feel as if she's got a fresh slate because she actually has new people to be introduced to, and she kind of left that part behind her, which, I mean, we still have no idea how they got to Seattle and how this all ended with the three of them, because their whole plan is to find Hook's daughter together and find Cinderella together. So they have these two, and that's another thing, we don't even know where Cinderella went.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, where did she go? Because I thought she was captured, but then they captured Henry. So.
This is what I'm confused about, guys. I'm kind of jumping back to...
She ran out of the door, remember? At the sword fight, he said, get out of here, and she joined the sword fight, and then she like...
Yeah, but he opened the realm,
right?
Remember?
And he found her slipper.
So I think she's in the other realm.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh my gosh, guys! The other realm was Seattle, and they all jumped. Maybe they go back, or maybe he goes to find her, and that's where she is.
You're on.
What do y'all think?
Well, they have to come back and forward at some point, because at the end of season 6, don't forget, there was that scene with Henry and his daughter where he told her to get out of there, and he sent her out of there with the magical fairy tale book, and then he disappeared, and the fairies came and were like, she's like, what am I gonna do now? And they're like, you're going to your mom. So Cinderella pulls the mother disappearing act a whole lot. That's what I'm getting.
I'm glad you brought that up, because sometimes when I hear the new storylines, I almost like sometimes forget about that, but that's so true, because now we have these pieces. I seriously, I'm gonna bring construction paper and a marker, and we're gonna map this out, because we have Cinderella, if this is what we're thinking, say she's in a different realm.
Yeah.
And last season, we ended it with Henry and his daughter, Henry and his daughter were together. So clearly they had to come back together before they go on, you know what I mean? Like they had to come together to have a child that's about 10 years old, you know? So
they do fall in love.
Yeah, they do fall in love, which is the whole story. But that's the confusing part, is like, where did they meet, and what happened in that time, that 10-year span before everything went crazy?
And why were they separated when the curse hit in the first place? Like, did they do that on purpose so that they couldn't find the family?
I mean, in all curses, everyone always ends up getting separated.
Yeah, but before it hit, I'm hearkening back to the end of season 6. He was living in that hovel.
Oh, yeah, and there was no Cinderella. There was no Cinderella.
That's why I'm saying. She pulled the disappearing mom act a whole lot. Jacinda, turn up, girl.
Or maybe she was taken by her stepmom again, because she's on the hunt for her.
No, because the fairy said, now you're going to go live with your mom. So where was her mom? Maybe she was already in Seattle? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But,
when you said
Jacinda,
she jumped into the portal.
Yeah, I think she got transported into, but
maybe that's why the daughter remembers. Because she just came from the hovel with her dad and the curse, and she ended up in Seattle, awake and aware, because she's not cursed.
The only thing that doesn't make sense about all this is that if she would have gone to Seattle and then come back, there was still 10 years in the Enchanted Forest or wherever they were that they were able to have a family.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that. But I'm saying that maybe that's why his daughter remembers
not even
their
story.
Right? I'm just trying to process this.
Yeah, I am too. Like I'm saying, I'm bringing some construction paper. We're gonna map this all out. Someone in the chat said, can we like number the realms that we start entering? Very true.
Perfect. Help us out, people.
We should ask if we can like get one of those things. We're gonna start figuring this all out. But while we're speaking of Jacinda, let's jump into Henry and Jacinda working together. Even though Jacinda reluctantly takes the bait. He wants to repay her because he's essentially the reason she goes back to live with her stepmom, which is still kind of a weird concept.
Why she has ownership.
Which I understand because she doesn't have the right job, but it's just kind of a really kind of strange, I guess, situation. But anyways, so she goes and Henry gets her the job of being the bartender at this. So how do we feel? Do we feel like it's making progress? Is it going to be next episode? Do we see them going on dates?
I think we're seeing their relationship develop. I'm really excited for this season to unfold and see how they develop the new storyline. Because so far, so good. I like the way they're setting everything up, but I always feel like the first 4 episodes of any brand new season is just a setup, unless it's a continuation, you know, like season 2. But this is really like, you know, Once Upon a Time 101 right from the beginning, and it's almost like a brand new pilot.
That's why I liked episode 2, because I feel like it gave us the closure that we wanted, but also was better than episode 1 in the sense that it's set up perfectly where you're excited about it, and it is a fresh start where I was kind of having a hard time closing that off from last season. I was confused, but now I get it.
Well, you know what's really interesting? I don't know. Do you guys tell me what you were thinking about this? This is I think the first time we haven't seen a love story unfold first before we know that they're together. Like, basically, we know Cinderella and Henry have somehow fallen in love.
We just don't know how.
No idea how. Because this is not a story that we've ever heard of
I thought
before.
he fell in love with her the second she stole his bike. He was like, that's the girl for me.
That's what I thought, too.
Well, I just feel, but she was pushing back. So I feel like we haven't seen a mutual connection.
He loved her, but
she has no interest.
She likes him. There's a difference.
For me, I'm just saying, I feel like this is the first time we've seen something that is like very much. I don't feel like it's mutual at all. So I'm just interested.
She punched him.
Yeah,
what part did she like?
And she stole his bike.
After she punched him when they were at the ball and he saved her from that situation with the prince.
I would hope she shed a smile if that happened.
Yeah, I think that she started to fall for him because she said to him, nobody's ever done something like that for me before. Why would you do that for me? And I think that's when she kind of started to like him, but he's a goner. He
but
was
I don't
in love
think
the moment
she's in love. She's a tough cookie.
Angela Gonzalez in the chat says it was
her.
love at first sight, but I'm just not seeing it yet.
I don't know.
It was
about
love at first sight for Henry, but I don't know about Cinderella.
Because I feel like we thought it was, and then she punched him and stole the bike.
Right, you're right. Maybe, you know what? Actually, that glimmer of that was love. You're right. That was like the glimmer, and before she was like, I gotta protect myself.
Exactly.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then we
always
always
like
see
Snow and
that.
Charming because Snow wasn't exactly
You're
like
right.
obsessed with Charming from the very beginning.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you're a prince, whatever.
Great.
She was flirting. That was so flirting.
She knocked the dude out and stole his family jewels. If that
true.
doesn't say I'm not interested,
All right, guys,
I don't know what
I'm
else
sorry.
does.
I take it back. Man. But yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah, I agree,
yes.
Delaney. Henry and Cinderella are the new Snow and Charming.
You're right. I agree. So, I told you, I sometimes get so focused on these things that I forget about what had happened in the past. I'm sorry.
There's so
How
much.
to get a man 101. Knock him out, steal something.
I
He
better
will
take
never
notes.
let you go. Take notes.
Yeah, I think I need to take notes.
Solid advice.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
out
this
in the
is
real
real
world.
solid.
It doesn't work.
Play hard to get.
Yeah, clearly.
That's exactly. She was playing
I need to
real
take
hard.
really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard. Yeah, a lot of people I've seen in the chats and on comments and things on Twitter, they've been saying this is a lot like season 1, and they keep referring to different episodes. But I mean,
Right.
I feel like that's any show. I mean, any storyline. It's obviously going to have some sort of similarities, but it's also going to differentiate depending on the characters that we're seeing intertwined.
And
in the story.
especially in the realm of fantasy and fairy tale, of course the storyline's going to be similar because that's what you're looking for when you go watch a show like this.
Exactly.
But since
how
we're
the
on
story's
memory
supposed
lane, the original Once Upon a Time for the pilot episode, how gorgeous was that opening scene where she's in the glass coffin and he kissed her for that big opener?
Oh, you're
with the
throwing
horns
it back?
going
Yeah,
on.
she's throwing it way back.
I'm waiting for that for Henry. That's what I need. I want to see
Maybe
like
not
that.
the glass coffin.
Cinderella's not going to
the
be in a
coffin,
glass
but
coffin.
with the slipper. I want to see the traditional he can ride down on his bike and show up and put the carpet.
The carpet.
Roll the carpet out for her. She's walking down.
glass slipper on her foot. I want to see it.
But that's what I like about her. She's not traditional.
Yeah.
I like that she's going outside of the box. I don't need a man.
Yeah.
I could do this on my own. Because honestly, females are really like that. So,
Yeah.
We are now we independent people,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't mind having a man, but don't get it twisted. I'm not a weak person that needs damsel in distress and needs your help.
Well, I mean, look at who Henry's mothers are. I don't think that he and his grandmother, he has no story, no backstory that would set him up to expect.
But that's why he
damsel
likes
in
her.
Distress.
He likes that she's not a damsel in distress.
But I want that beautiful fairy tale moment. I mean, that's why I tune in for Once Upon a Time. I want to see the magic
We're
and the
gonna
big
get
fairy
it,
tale
guys.
romance moment.
Just to remind you, we're only episode 2.
Yeah, everyone's
have to
like,
remind
let's
myself
get
as well.
married.
Yeah, no, I think.
Fully.
What? What?
Oh, I don't. That name is X Rider to something. He says it's too cliche, and I'm like, listen, don't bully my fantasies here.
No,
okay?
that's okay. We can all hope and dream with Once Upon a Time. That's the whole point of the show, obviously. But I will say, maybe I missed something clearly because I keep thinking on the present. But let's not forget, Jacinda's like her shoe couldn't be found. Like the magic that Regina had wasn't working. Right. So what do we think about that? Because there's magic in this realm, in the realm of Cinderella, before they jump to
Maybe it's because they're not from that realm.
Well,
maybe
and if you don't know you have magic, how are you going to just start,
No, but Regina was the one they were trying to do a locator spell.
Back when they were in the realm, before they explained how the hooks were switched.
Oh, I thought, okay.
It worked earlier.
I thought you were asking why she doesn't use her magic now. I'm like, she doesn't know.
She doesn't know how.
No, I'm saying in Cinderella's, this is why, yes, whoever in the chat said we need to start numbering or like naming these realms, we probably should. Because we used to have Enchanted Forest. What is this? What is Cinderella's? We want to name it. What is her... What is her forest?
What's Cinderella's story?
The kingdom.
Yeah, give us some names, guys. Yeah. Give us some names.
Enchanted
what should we name
kingdom?
this realm?
Well, I was thinking that the glass shoe didn't work because remember her fairy godmother also, like when she gave her the getup, gave her a disguise so that people that knew her weren't supposed to recognize her. So maybe that's what's stopping the locator spell.
Huh. I don't know.
Because maybe when her wicked stepmother took the wand, even though she reverted some of the magic, she didn't revert all of it, and that's why they couldn't find her. I don't know, speculating.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, as we should for every episode. But guys, I think we need to get into some predictions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, Steph, we're going to start with you.
Okay. I do think Alice is going to be Hook's daughter. And because I think that their personalities are weirdly similar. Like they're both tough and mean kind of, but cool. So I hope that's what happens there. I think the Weaver is going to be turned good for the time being, and I hope that, I don't know if it's a prediction, I hope that he ends up helping Henry in some capacity. And that I want to see Henry and Cinderella's plotline develop. So I hope that's the next episode. I want to know some past information, what we keep speculating on. That's what I think will happen next episode.
Well, is it over her?
Yes.
Over her? Let's see. You kind of named some of my predictions.
No, it's okay.
But
everything's the same.
I know, right?
We all have the same ideas.
I'm going to go over to, of course, again, my favorite, Princess Tiana. I will not stop saying it.
Oh, I agree.
Yes, Princess Tiana. I'm ready to see her story unravel a little bit more. Who knows? Maybe her and Hook will have a thing. The new Hook.
Oh.
Roger.
Oh, yeah, that is true. It is kind of weird that the new Hook, Rogers, is like he's looking for someone to love just like Emma. He just can't have Emma.
He needs some love. He probably wants some mama for the baby, Why not have Princess Tiana?
That's a good one.
I think that Roger's daughter is going to be Alice or possibly Rapunzel, but in Wonderland, and they're gonna have to go get her, and that'll be a whole mission, and that's why there was the Rook. Because maybe Barbara Hershey will come back, another form of her as the Queen of Hearts. That would be cool to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which is like what our initial reaction was to think that it was the Queen of Hearts and Hook's baby.
And I would love for them to do an episode in Wonderland.
Right, which would make sense.
The Wonderland.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
More Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Please get Sebastian
Bring it.
Yes.
Yeah. Some people are saying they're not ready to ship anybody yet. I agree with you, Angela. We'll calm it down a little bit.
I wasn't shipping anybody. I was just saying where I think his daughter is going to be. Either it is Alice or it's Rapunzel stuck in Wonderland, and they're going to have to go there, which could give the resurgence of Barbara Hershey as Cora, to see the Queen of Hearts back on the scene. I loved her character. She was delicious.
Yeah.
She was really fun. And what a shock it would be for Regina if she got her memories back to kind of get a second chance with her mom. With another version of her mom.
I hope it's good, because I hated that.
I wasn't really a fan of her mom.
Yeah, she was evil. It's because she was so
I'll never forgive her.
Her mom took her true love. Like, Nah.
She set her down the path.
Right.
Regina's gonna get a man.
I'm sorry,
Regina.
This is time for fresh starts, so maybe she won't be doing that because, the whole point was for Regina to find her, like, happily ever after.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, but it's a different version of Cora because she died in the other.
But if she's still the Queen of Hearts, she's still the Queen of Hearts, right?
She's still evil.
Because if she were,
she
well,
could be a different version.
You're right. We don't know.
We don't know. We have no idea.
We don't know.
But does that wrap up your predictions?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, I mean, you guys probably are going to continuously say that Rapunzel is Hook's daughter, which I probably, like, maybe it is, whatever. But I'm going to say, based on my initial reaction and watching Hook kind of talk about it and everything, my initial reaction was, whoa, I think Alice is, and that's like what my initial thought was. I'm gonna stick with that, even if articles or something say differently. I think that, and then I also think that we're gonna have a date with Henry and Jacinda next episode.
That'd be cute.
Yeah. In Seattle. In Hyperion Heights. I think that they're gonna have a date.
I kind of want to see one in the Enchanted Forest.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I want to see. Yeah, I want to see.
Yeah.
Like maybe they like talk and they touch hands and then we get a cool flashback.
Right.
Oh my God, I knew you had more predictions.
I knew it.
We haven't even touched on like the wishing well.
She's writing essays at home on potential plot lines.
We talked about the wishing well last episode.
No, I know, but I'm saying for predictions, like where it could be going.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a portal.
It probably is a portal for sure.
Shut it down, Carolina.
Yeah, the wishing well is definitely probably like the center of, because like where are there wells in the middle of a city?
Good question. Okay.
So that, you know how the Enchanted Forest, like there was that center point, which was the well, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where
it'll be a coffee
curse
shop
came from.
probably in Seattle.
So, but yeah. Oh, and someone right before we go to Anime JT Shadow says, what do you guys think about the flowers? Because they did pop up, and that was what I want to say the queen, not the queen. Lady T was kind of talking to Weaver about, was saying, what are you going to do about this? And that's when he was like, he shut it down real quick. So
that's why I said I think he knows.
Yeah.
And she probably knows too.
Yeah, maybe I feel like she has to know, but
I mean,
because Regina knew.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't know if she cast the curse or not.
Yeah.
I would think it was to be like a different switch if it was Henry.
Right.
If he was the one that did the curse, it would be a nice switch.
But it'd just be weird that he wouldn't
curse
know.
himself not to remember?
Yeah.
Terrible.
I think he did it by accident.
Yeah,
like an accidental curse. I know someone in the chat mentioned it.
Yeah, yeah. Man, there's so many twists and turns where we can go with this, guys, but we don't really have all night, unfortunately, so we'll have to save it until next week. But guys, thank you so much for joining us, and in the chat, you guys are amazing. We love your comments. Make sure you tweet us on Twitter. And with saying that, Steph, where can they find you on social media?
I'm Steph Sabraw, and you can follow me on IG and Twitter at Steph Sabraw. Lanisha.
Hey, I'm Lanisha, and you can find me at Lanisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
Hey guys, Carolina, and you can find me on Twitter at Carolina Bonetti, and on Instagram as LenaBean113.
And hey guys, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at AllyGirl. And don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms, and also check out the other channels that we have on AfterBuzz TV now. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments and questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.